Hey, it is Matt. You know, this evening I thought I would start off with a little story about my sister-in-law, Kylie, a little family shout out. I was having a conversation with someone today and the topic made me flash back to a very brief conversation that I had with her, probably like 10 years ago. I mean, this is going back a ways. Now, 10 years ago, I was actually living in Omaha, Nebraska. We had 2 kids at the time. Now we have 3. And Kylie came over to the house for a quick visit. And when she walked in, I remember asking her, "Hey, Kylie, how you doing?" And she said, "Matt, things are really busy." And I remember looking at her and saying, "Well, that's great, Kylie. Like, everybody's busy. How are you doing?" I actually wanted to know, how's life treating you? Is it going well? Is it going poorly? Where are you at with stuff? The conversation today was this person talking about how busy and hectic their life was, about how they couldn't even seem to find 5 or 10 minutes to work on the things that they wanted to work on. And it got me thinking about how busy life really is. I mean, that's kind of a reality, right? We have all these demands pulling us in different directions, right? We've got to, go to work. We've got to, grow and sustain that business if you have your own. You've got to work out, eat right. You've got to sleep. If you have a family, it's about spending time with them, right? You may be coaching your children in sports. We've got all these demands on our time. And then you start adding in all the other things like social media, right? So now it's not just one social media site. I've got to keep up on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest and Snapchat. And I'm probably forgetting 10 to 20 things that I probably don't even know exist, and I guarantee are not on my iPhone. But the point is that we have all these different demands hitting us left and right. And so this concept of life being busy, it really made me start thinking about 2 things. 1, priorities. And 2, how do we really start going through our schedule and carving out the time for the most important things? So this first piece about priorities. If you have not done this in a while, this is going to be my challenge to you. It's to sit down, take out a blank piece of paper, and write down your priorities, the top 3 to 5 things that truly are important in your life, that you look at and you understand the impact that they're going to have on a long-term perspective. And it could be that working out or eating right or spending time with your family. You hear me talk a lot about this concept of legacy, right? Of leaving an impact on this world that lasts for generations to come. Part of my business is to get into the minds of individuals, right? To help get them out of their own way so that they can create that legacy. Well, this is what priorities are about. For me, this is one of the most important exercises that I do. And I even have to reset myself because I get distracted by my business. I get distracted with everything else going on a daily basis. That's a reality of it. So you have to stay focused on what's most important. So if you have not done that in a while, I highly recommend you sit down with that blank piece of paper and write out those first 3 to 5 things. Because once you understand that and the importance of it and the impact it's going to have, it makes the second part so much easier. And that second part is going through your day and actually setting aside time, being intentional with how you use those seconds and minutes during a day. One thing that I have to continually go do, and if you've ever been in any of my workshops or done any coaching with me, you hear me talk a lot about routines and what we do with our time. And what I found over the years is that we have a lot more time during the day than we actually think we do. We've got a ton more time because we waste a lot of time. There's been times when I was back in the corporate world where I'd be sitting there kind of twiddling my thumbs or surfing the internet, stuff like that I could have used a little bit more wisely, right? Perhaps for one of those high priority items, right? If you're trying to start that side business that you've always wanted to get up and you're saying, I just don't have time to do it, right? I guarantee that if you laid out your calendar right now and you looked from when you wake up to when you go to bed, you will find even 5 minutes. You'll find 15 minutes. I bet you even find an extra hour if you make the decision to use that time for those priorities and instead of something else. One of the biggest time wasters is at night before you go to bed watching television. Would you agree with that? I fall into that trap sometimes where I just want to relax, right? We all just want to relax. We've had a long day, energy's low. I just want to watch TV. Well, what if instead I made a different decision to use that time to read a book, or to go up and talk to my child, or to sit with the television off talking with my wife or husband? What if you just made a different decision on that very specific time for that time? The impact over time added up could be huge. Think about it. If you just carve out just an hour a day, right? Morning, noon, or night, any time during the day, if you found an hour over a week, that's 7 hours. That's huge. That's getting a whole working day almost. That's 7 hours. It's almost a whole working day that you get back on the most important thing, something that's going to help you grow, something that's going to help you bond with someone, something that's going to help you create that legacy and leave that lasting impact. So that's my second challenge to you. Along with going through and writing down what your priorities are, I want you to lay out your calendar. I just want you to look for 15 minutes and see what else differently you could do at that time that would be impactful to your life and those around you. Let's use this busy life to our advantage and start sacrificing certain things for the ones that count. I hope you have a great day, and as always, don't hold back.